Hey guys, this is Larry with Handheld Rehab. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing on the MiJing CH5 board heater for the iPhone X, XS, and XS Max. This was sent to me to do a review on by Zvan Chen at Union Repair. And so they sent this to me and asked me to do a review on it. So we're going to unbox it and go to it. So when you take it out of the box, you've got another box, and then when you open that box, you have some instructions and 3 other smaller boxes. So in these 3 smaller boxes, this is the first one. This is the actual board heater. The second box is the controller for the board heater. And the third box are the cables required for the heater. So you got a cable that connects the control for the heat to the heating unit itself. It's got a notch on it. That notch will go to the top, I think. It goes to the top and this screws on to tighten that up. On the board heater itself, the same thing. The notch goes to the top and this screws in there. Then we've got a power cord. The power cord they sent me is actually, I think, a Japanese model. It's a 220. They also, Union Repair did send me an adapter, so I was able to use the unit the way they sent it to me. I didn't have to do anything special to be able to do it, to be able to use it in the United States. And so that plugs up on the back of the heating control unit. And this is the board heater. So the way this board heater works is it's got this spring-loaded hold-down bracket that you use whenever you put the boards back together. To disassemble the boards, you would simply take your iPhone board. This is an iPhone X board. You put it on here, turn your heating unit on. I think it's 185C for 3 minutes is what they recommend in the instruction manual. So after 3 minutes, you would be able to remove your top board, let everything cool down, and then to reassemble, you would put your top board back on, and there are some alignment tabs on the bottom heater, and then you would place the spring-loaded hold down and screw it down. You turn the unit back on to 185C again for 3 minutes, and that would melt the BGA balls and attach the bottom board back to the top board. So that's the way the unit is designed to work. So I'll be using the unit and actually taking another board apart, kind of show you how that works, tell you my thoughts on the unit, and just an overall review of what I think of the unit. Alright guys, so we're here with this MiJing CH5, and we're going to disassemble a board. And the way we're going to do this, I'm going to go just off the instructions to show you exactly what I got to work with, so we'll just do this. As you can see, this is an iPhone X. The screen is damaged, and the front-facing camera, the Face ID doesn't work on it. The front-facing camera does, but the Face ID doesn't work on this phone. Everything else works on it. The cameras work on it. This phone has no problem powering on. It powers on just like it should. We're currently at, I think, 87% charged. I just had it sitting here charging. So we're just going to pull the board out, and we're going to put it on this board heater. It's not heated up yet. This is still the same board I put on it in the very first video. So we'll go through how the instructions say to do things, and just let you guys see for yourself how it works. Basically it tells you how to assemble it. and it tells you that you need to adjust the controller to 185, and let's see, you just do that by turning the knob, so you can see it's already on 185, and I'll try to set this up in the video so that you can see it. And you do that for 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes you should be able to separate the board. So that's what we're going to do. And again, this phone works, you can see it. So let's go through and just, I've already got the screws out of it, so we're just going to tear it down really fast, pull the board out, and see what happens. I'm going to do this on a time lapse. When I get it on the board heater, I'm actually going to take my personal iPhone, and I'm going to cut the timer on. I'm going to leave it in the video, and then I'm going to cut out I'm going to cut out all the waiting so that it doesn't make my video really long. So I'm going to do the best I can to show you exactly how this thing works. Now, this board has been separated before. I've separated a couple times. Separated a couple times using this unit. But it still has the factory BGA on it. I've not reballed the board. It is as it came factory. Now this board heater does have 3 sliding mounts to hold the bottom board down. So all I've done is remove the board. Let's see if I can set this up where you guys can see it. Don't know if I can or not. May not be able to, but we will see here if I can come up with something really fast. I can't do it. I can't do it, but I'll show you anyway. So we're going to cut it on. And again, we're at 185. I'm going to set my timer on my phone for 3 minutes. And we're going to start. And once I come back, I'll show you that the unit is up to 185, and we will separate the board. Alright, so we're back. You can see the unit is at 185, 186, something like that. So it's been 3 minutes. I'm going to turn the heater this way just because this is the way I generally work on them. And I'm going to grab a hold of the bottom of the board here. And again, this board's been apart. You first of all need to cut your tape right here. I generally grab the board from the bottom here and raise it straight up and just flip it straight over. That's the way I generally do them. I do need to cut the heater off, so we're going to cut it off. And while we're waiting on it to cool, I'm going to go around the board and I'm going to look for the spacers. And this is a spacer here that you can see. And you can see it was laying straight up and down. It wasn't laying flat, so I'm going to take my micro iron. I'm going to just touch that. I'm going to go around all the way on my board. I'm going to look for those spacers. This looks like another spacer. It's laying correctly. This is a spacer, it looks like. And you want to make sure all those spacers are laying flat. Because whenever you pull the board off, they'll set in a vertical orientation, which you don't want. There's a hair or something there. And because this board's been apart before, it's got some flux on it here, so we probably won't have to put any more flux on it. So it looks like all the spacers are setting right. I don't see anything that's catching my eye that's not sitting right. and you want to try to leave, what I always try to do is leave the factory BGA balls on here and the spacers, unless, the only time I reball is if I have to. So everything looks good on this side. And again, this board's still hot. We're letting it cool off. So I'm going to move my attention to the top side of the board. We're going to do the same thing because some of the spacers may be on it. Right here, here's a spacer. Spacer here, spacer here, and a lot of people don't know these spacers are on these boards, but here's another one. And what those spacers do is keep the board only going down so far to keep from shorting out the BGA balls, and so that's the reason it's ideal to keep those on there if you can. So it looks like all the spacers are good. We're just waiting on this to cool off now. Make sure all the solder is solidified. It does appear that it has. I don't see anything melted at this point. So we should be good to go ahead and put it back together. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to place the top right back on the bottom, and again you have these tabs or studs or whatever you want to call it that align the board. Now, one thing I don't like about this particular board heater is whenever you get the board back together, I mean, I've got it sitting on here exactly the way it's designed. Whenever you come in here to the bottom, you can see how much slack I have here. There's a lot of slack. I mean, that thing's moving a good 5, 6, 8 millimeters, and that's by design. I mean, it's moving there. So I've actually, like I said, I've had this board apart before, and I've been through this procedure with this board, but I wanted to show you guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the best we can to align everything. And you see how the bottom board is moving. Let me take this off. You can see how the bottom of the board moves on these studs. There's quite a bit of slop in it there. And whenever you look at how close these pads are, you can see how much slop there is here in these studs. And then once you get on the second board, you can see that these studs get even narrower in diameter, and so that allows the top board to move even more than the bottom board. So if the bottom board is moved all the way over here and the top board is moved all the way over here, you can see how much misalignment we have here. I mean, you can see that clearly. So the way the thing's designed is you just put this down, and what I've been doing is trying to go in here and align the boards, and you can see here you can see where the top is back probably, I don't know, 2 millimeters or something. So I've been loosening this up and trying my best to align everything. pushing the board down, and let's put it back in here again. And I mean, it looks like it's aligned pretty good, but you see here, right down here, the top board is over towards the top a couple of millimeters. So I mean, you can loosen it again. You can pull the board over, push that board over. Whatever you want to do. Push the board over. Let's set it back down here again. Pull the top board over. But anyway, I mean, the way the thing is set up is you're supposed to just be able to lock this down, and the board should be aligned, and you turn it back on and heat it back up to temperature, and everything should be good. So we'll see about that. So I mean, I've done the best I can to try to get this top over. See if I can push the bottom over. It's kind of lined up there. So let's see what happens. I think I've got it lined up the best I can. The bottom looks pretty good. It looks flat at the bottom. It looks straight up and down here. This looks okay. So we're going to turn it back on for 3 minutes at 185 again, and take the board out and see what happens. So we're going to start at 3 minutes, turn the unit on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. It's been 3 minutes. You can see the unit is up to 186 again, 185, 186. I'm going to cut the unit off. I'm going to give the board 10 minutes to cool off. So we're going to set our timer to 10 minutes, and I'll be back at 10 minutes, and we will put the board back in the phone and see what we get. Alright, so let's see if this thing works. Looks like it kind of stuck just a little bit. So we get it back off the, probably the flux in the hose. So hopefully this thing works like it did before we took it apart. Alright, so the moment of truth. Let's see if it's going to be. And it's not doing anything. And let's just to make sure. Maybe I don't have the. Yeah, I didn't have that power button flexed in all the way. So let's just check again. Still doesn't look like it's booting. Just plug a charging cable in it and see what we get. Okay, it is booting now. So let's see what happens. We're pulling 1.3 amps. Alright, it is on now. So why did the power button not work? Let's look at that. Let's unplug the battery and let's look at this. What's going on here? Alright, let's try it again. Alright, so you can see now it is working right. I guess I just didn't have the button plugged in good. So it is working, touch is working. Face ID again didn't work before we started. Cameras, rear camera works. Front camera 8 works, it's just not the screen isn't aligned. Settings, let's go to settings. Let's see if we get service on it. And you can see up here right now we don't have anything on it. So let's see if we can get some service on it. Okay, that's that is a Verizon card. Let's see if we get service on our AT&T card. Actually, this is a Sprint phone. Let's see. I think I've got a Sprint SIM here too. So let's see if we get service on our Sprint phone. Date's wrong. Let's go to Wi-Fi. Let's see. Wi-Fi is not connected. And I think this phone is missing the Wi-Fi antenna too. I think I bought this phone without the Wi-Fi antenna, so it's not going to pick my Wi-Fi up. But it does get LTE, so it is pulling in, and we're getting some bars now. So it has corrected itself through the cellular connection. So we do have service now. So you can see that the board heater worked like it was supposed to. Now, I want to talk about my review. I told you guys that I've had this board apart a couple times, and I've actually shot this video a couple times. And I showed you guys the slop whenever you put a board on these studs here, these alignment tabs, how much play there is, what I'm calling slop, how much play there is on these alignment tabs. In the past couple times I have shot this video, I came up with a board that boot looped, and the reason it boot looped is because the top board didn't align with the bottom board properly, and it caused an issue where something wasn't connected, or something was connected to something it shouldn't have been, so it caused the board to boot loop. And so I had to take the board back out, and I had to manually align the boards, like you can see through my scope right now. Like with it setting on this, with these alignment tabs, the board could be, you know, that far off. So in order to alleviate the boot looping, I would have to manually align the board, make sure everything looked good, turn the board heater on, let the balls set like that where I had it aligned, turn the heater back off, let it cool back down, and then I would put this top spring-loaded bracket on that would press the board down evenly. And so for that, I can't say that the thing works the way 100% the way it was designed. I mean, the way the thing was designed is you put your top board on it, you put it down, you screw this on, lock it down, you turn the heater on, and it's supposed to align everything perfectly. You take it back off and it should work perfectly. But I shot this video at least 3 times, and once I got done, the board boot looped. And it's the same board that's in it right now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the board. It was all had to do with the alignment of the board on the BGA pads. So I can't say that the thing works 100% the way it's supposed to. It is a really nice board heater. I will probably continue to use the board heater. In the past, what I would do when I had boards that were warped, I would take quarters. I would take a pile of quarters, maybe 5 or 6 quarters, and I'd lay some on the top side, on the long side here. I would lay some on the back side here, and those quarters had enough weight that it would press the board down evenly. But I like the idea of this. I like the idea of the way it works. It puts the same amount of pressure all the way across the board, but I can't 100% say that it works the way it's supposed to. I was asked to do a review on it, so I think I should do a fair review for everybody watching. Explain to you anything that I saw wrong with it, and I think I'm doing that. And again, if I was doing boards every day, what I would do is take and align the boards on these studs and make sure the board aligned 100%, something like that. I would turn the heater on and let those BGA balls attach where they were. I would cut it back off. I would wait 10 minutes, allow everything to cool down, and then I would come back and put this on and lock it down, and I would probably do another cycle at 10 minutes. And I don't think you'd have any problems like that. But based on the prior 3 times I tried to shoot this video, because I really wanted to shoot a video where everything went great, and it happened to this last time. But this last time I shot the video, I was going to give it to you. Whatever happened, happened. I fully expected the board to boot loop based on what had happened in the past. It didn't. I'm glad that you guys got to see the way the unit was designed to work. It worked correctly here, but it didn't the last 3 times I shot the video. So again, it's a really nice board heater. I will use it going forward. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it doesn't always work exactly the way it's intended. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the review. Union Repair, I want to say I appreciate you guys sending this to me and giving me the opportunity to do a review on it. I'm actually probably a couple of weeks behind where they wanted me to be on it, but I needed to use the unit and see how it worked before I was able to report out on it. And they also sent me a couple other items that I will try to do a review on also. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.